I'm a deal maker. I put deals together, negotiate deals, and then make sure they get papered properly. I'm Lynn Morrow, and I'm a partner in charge of the Music Row office, Adams and Reese, here in Nashville. Moved to town 22 years ago from Southern California. I was a litigator there, and then got an opportunity to do entertainment law, which was my dream, so I've been doing it ever since. And when you're an entertainment attorney, you're either focused on film and television, music, and sometimes theater. So mine is music, and that's what I focus in on. So I would say probably 90% of my practice, music industry, but I also do some book publishing. So I'd say 10% is in the book publishing area, whether that be independent book publishers that I represent or authors. But the majority of it is in the music industry, and of course that kind of spills into copyright law, intellectual property, trademark law. So that's mainly what I do. When I moved here 22 years ago, the record deal that was in place then looks very different from the record deal that's in place now. And a big part of that is this 360 deal. We want to start to participate in some other streams of income that you have. And a matter of fact, we want to participate in all the streams of income because we've given you this huge advance. And so those streams of income are merchandise. Anytime you go on tour and sell merchandise, we want a percentage of your income from that merchandise. Anytime you do a live performance, we want a percentage of your live performance income. If you have a sponsor for that particular tour, we want a piece of that sponsorship income that you get from tour. Oh, and you're a songwriter, and we want a portion of your music publishing income from all the songs that are on the records that we're going and distributing. And so what became a one-off, slowly but surely evolved into the norm, okay? So that today would be considered the norm. If you've got an artist that is going to sign with a major record company, there are going to be 360 elements in that record deal. How many and how aggressive it is really depends on the negotiating power of that particular artist. When you talk about an artist that doesn't have a 360 deal and they're with a record company that's desperate to get them into the fold, and it's true, they just want everybody to get in line when it comes to the 360 deal. So a lot of times those particular artists will have tremendous pressure on them to sign some element of a 360 deal. And the record companies know that they have to put up a fairly significant advance to get that for an established artist, which they don't necessarily have to do anymore for a brand new artist. So there's a lot of pressure on the record company to get them in the fold, and I know, and I've certainly represented some artists that would rather just pass on the money because they know in the long run they're going to be better off if they can stay the course and have the record company just participate in that one stream of income, and that's from record sales. But it all depends on the artist. If we have an artist with a cash flow problem and you've got a record company that's giving them a significant amount of money, that's very tempting. So it just depends on the artist and kind of where they are in their career. And some it's just on principle. They absolutely will not take a 360 deal. So it just depends on the artist.